You know, the trees on our property can be absolutely beautiful. They add so much value, so much life, but they also need the right kind of care to make sure they stay healthy and, just as importantly, safe. So today we're going to walk through the essentials of professional tree maintenance so you can make the best calls for your own home.
So let's start with a question every single homeowner faces at some point. You look out in the yard, you see a branch that looks a little off, or maybe a whole tree that's leaning a bit, and you think, hey, I bet I could take care of that myself. But should you?
Look, I get it. The urge to save a few bucks is totally normal. Why pay someone for something you might be able to do yourself? But when we're talking about massive, heavy trees that are right next to your biggest investment, your house, we've got to ask if DIY is really the smartest move.
Okay, let's really dig into this. What are the actual differences between you grabbing a chainsaw on a Saturday and calling in a professional? Let's break down why hiring an expert is, more often than not, the smartest decision you can make.
Okay, so when you look at it laid out like this, it becomes super clear, right? Safety is the big one, obviously. These guys are trained for heights and heavy machinery. But the expertise part is huge too. A pro knows that one cut can help a tree flourish, while another, seemingly identical cut could actually introduce disease and weaken the whole thing for good. It's a science.
So, you've made the call. You're bringing in an expert. Now what? What can they actually do for you? Let's demystify some of the most common services so you know exactly what you're asking for.
And this is a huge decision, right? Trees can take a lifetime to grow, and taking one down is, well, permanent. The good news is there are some really clear signs that tell you when a tree has stopped being an asset and has started becoming a liability.
These are the red flags you've got to watch out for. I mean, a dead tree is basically a ticking time bomb just waiting for the next big storm. And those roots pushing up your sidewalk, they could be doing the exact same thing to your home's foundation. If you're seeing any of this, it is definitely time to get a professional opinion. Stat.
All right, so the tree's gone. Job done, right? Well, not quite. Now you've got that stump to deal with. And just leaving it there might seem easy, but it can actually open up a whole new can of worms.
Yeah, a rotting stump is more than just ugly. It's basically a giant vacancy sign for termites, carpenter ants, and all sorts of other pests you really don't want setting up shop next to your house. And instead of you fighting it with a shovel all weekend, a pro comes in with a stump grinder and literally turns it into sawdust in minutes. It's no contest.
Of course, tree care isn't always about the dramatic stuff like removal. Most of the time, it's about keeping the beautiful, healthy trees you already have in great shape. And that is where professional trimming, or pruning, is absolutely key.
You should really think of pruning as a health checkup for your trees. An arborist isn't just giving the tree a haircut. By selectively removing dead or weak branches, they're improving airflow, spotting disease early, and making the entire tree stronger and better able to withstand high winds. It's proactive care that pays off for years.
Okay, we're on the home stretch. Now for maybe the most important part. How do you actually choose the right person for the job? Doing a little homework right now can save you a world of hurt later on.
So here it is, your simple 3-point checklist. These are the non-negotiables. Are they licensed and insured? You have to ask for proof. Do they have real local experience? And will they come out and give you a free quote? A real professional will always want to see the job in person before giving you a price.
And that experience part? It matters a lot. A company that's been around for over 20 years in your area has seen it all. They know the local trees, the common problems, and how to handle a tricky removal with power lines and houses just inches away. That's the peace of mind you're paying for.
And honestly, this says everything you need to know. If you remember just one thing, let it be this. If an uninsured worker gets hurt on your property, or if a branch goes through your neighbor's roof, you could be the one on the hook for all of it. It's the single biggest risk, and it's so easy to avoid.
So as we wrap this up, it really helps to shift how we think about this. We started out talking about cost, about saving money, but really, this isn't about an expense. It's about an investment.
That's what it comes down to. You're investing in the safety of your home and family. You're investing in your curb appeal and property value. And you're investing in the health of these beautiful living things for the long haul. When you see it that way, hiring a pro just makes sense. So, the next time you look out the window at that big oak or maple, ask yourself that question. Is it a future asset or a potential problem? Knowing when to call for help can make all the difference in the world. Thanks for tuning in.